If you're a busy South Asian man and you're sick of being overweight or skinny, or worst of all, both of them at the same time, then keep watching, because in this video, I'll show you the tactics me and my clients use to get rid of skinny arms and oversized bellies, all without giving up our cultural food. Yeah, I said it. I still eat biryani when I want to. So the most important diet hack is to focus on how you eat instead of what you eat. Like I said before, I got in shape whilst eating all of my cultural foods, my biryani, my halim, my dal chawal. I never gave up any of that. What I ate wasn't the problem, it was how I ate it. And that's all you're gonna have to do is change how you eat. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to ask your wife to cook any differently, because that is how you start an argument, and we don't want any more of those. There's enough, we've had enough of those. So here's what to do. Whenever you're having a gravy-based dish like chicken curry or butter chicken, what I want you to do is drain the oil from the gravy. I'll put up a video on screen of me doing this and you can replicate it. You may not realize how powerful this hack is, but oil, especially like the oil that gets used in Desi foods, is not, has zero nutritional value, and it's just empty calories. It's what creates skinny fat bodies and fat bodies. There's loads of problems that I'm not gonna get into, but the main problems that Desi men struggle with, especially busy Desi men, it can really all be solved by just draining oil from your foods. And I'm not just like spewing this out of nowhere. Recently, an Indian guy used this exact tactic to lose 6 pounds in his first month working with me. And I've used this tactic to get very lean without giving up my favorite foods. So I know that it works. Now I know what you're thinking, Sultan, what about dishes like dal and chole and halim and sambar? Because the problem that these foods present is if you drain the gravy, then there's no food left, because that's all that's in the food is the gravy. And don't worry, I'm going to explain how to deal with that. But for now, I want to emphasize, and I know that I'm repeating myself here, but I really want to emphasize just draining the oil from your foods, because you would be surprised at how effective and how quickly this can get rid of your belly that's sticking out. I know it's embarrassing, I know what it feels like, but this small hack, I promise you, if you implement it, you will see changes. Now, just before I talk about rice-based dishes like biryani and rajma chawal, I want to talk about these gravy-based dishes like sambar, chole, halim. Now, there's two things you can do here. The most simple one would just be to eat less of these foods. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh my God, I love these foods, I can't give these foods up. That's amazing, just wait for the second thing. But if you could just limit these foods to weekends, that would help a lot. But I'm assuming that you're watching this video because you don't want to give foods up, and that's completely understandable, which is why I'm going to give you the second way. Now, the second way involves talking to your wife. Talk to your wife and be like, you are the best thing that ever happened to me. Marrying you was the best decision of my life. I love you so much. And then she's going to be confused. She's going to think, oh, what does this guy want from me now? And then that doesn't matter, because you're going to continue complimenting her. You're going to say, I want to live a very long and healthy life with you. And you know what would really help me live a long and healthy life with you? If you just use less oil when you cook dishes like halim, sambar, like all these gravy-based dishes. And now she's probably still going to argue, because that's just how Desi women are, but at least she'll use less oil when she cooks food for you. And that'll help you reduce calories in these gravy-based dishes. Now I'm going to talk about rice-based dishes like biryani and pulao. These dishes are actually really, really simple to improve, to get in better shape. I already told you to use less oil, but the second thing you can do is front load protein. Now, what does this mean? This means whatever the dish is, whether it be mutton pulao or chicken biryani, you want to have more mutton on your mutton, doesn't matter either way. When I switch accents, it gets difficult. You want to have more mutton on your plate than rice. And if you're having chicken biryani, you want to have more chicken on your plate than rice. You want to have as much protein as you can, and sort of limit, not completely limit, but limit a little bit the amount of rice that you're having. Again, very small change, massive difference. I hope this video helps, because it's very uncommon for South Asian men to be in good shape. Literally, I am the only person in my immediate and distant family who looks like they're in shape when they wear clothes. And obviously when I'm out of clothes, I also look like I'm in shape. But if you want to work with me one-on-one, I'll leave a link down below. If you want to learn how to get in better shape by spending less time in the gym, you can click on this video and watch it. Otherwise, I'll just see you in the next one.